Listen, it's the weirdest thing today. Weird, okay? I have been noticing that spiritual warfare is here and like it's crazy because I've already been through this once. Like back in the day, listen, back in the day, this bad bitch was learning that she's a good witch. And it was fun, but it was lonely and I was by myself. But now it's like, okay, you ever see the Hunger Games, the movies, right? You watch all the Hunger Games. Listen, I love that. That's my favorite series ever. Okay, well, in the Hunger Games, Katniss and Peeta, I mean, I don't want to give it away, so like close your ears, right? Katniss and Peeta, they were twin flames. I'd like to think so. They were soulmates. They lived to be 1,000,001 years old, and they sailed off in the sunset, made lots of babies. It was really cute. But anyway, in the movies, oh my God, they went into the Hunger Games, which was like this really cruel killing for sport kind of horrendous thing, right? And it was a very, very dark dystopian movie. So the thing is, Katniss and Peeta, they won the first Hunger Games, okay? And they got out of the Hunger Games and they were riding home. They were excited. They were like, oh my God, we fucking won. Can you believe this? I mean, they didn't have that language. I have that language, but whatever. They were like, oh my God, we won, right? And they expected to, I don't know, be the fuck left alone. They expected to just settle down with some money that they won from the games, have a little plot of land, a little farm, and they just like move on with their life, right? But no. See, that would be too easy. That would be too fucking easy. So what really happened was they found out that they have to go back into the Hunger Games yet again. But this time there's a little bit of a kick to it. This time they go in with other victors. Everyone else who won, they were all being rounded up and they were all being put back in the Hunger Games again. Okay, so hear me on this. Here's this theory that I have. I have this theory that you guys already beat the Matrix. You already hacked the Matrix. You realize what it was. You know the zeros and the ones, the binary. You know the binary code. You know how to like work this hologram, right? You know how to do it. And I'm talking to starseeds. I'm talking to very high vibrational people, okay? You know how to do it. But see, I've got this theory now. I've got this theory that you had to learn how to do it on your own. And now you're going back into the Matrix. You're going back into the system. You're going back into the 3D. You're going back into that very dense plane. And this isn't for everybody. This is just, I feel like a couple people need to hear this message. So you're going back into it, right? Into a very dark, dense, heavy plane of existence. And a lot of you, like, you wake up one day and you're like, what the actual hell? I feel gross. I feel like I'm ugly. I feel like all of a sudden I don't want to get out of bed. I don't have any money. It's like my mindset is all warped and you feel, well, almost like bipolar or something, but you don't really know what it is. You just feel like, where the actual hell did I go? And I've got this theory, honey, that you were put back in the Hunger Games, but this time with some baddies. You were put in the Hunger Games this time with other people who don't fuck around, okay? Good, bad, and otherwise. Like your competitors, your opponents have already beat this system. They know how to use this system also. They've already learned how to hack the Matrix. They've already learned how to use their mind to get what they want, to avoid bad karma. They know how to utilize their gifts, their abilities, yeah, because they're very, very powerful. So here is the message for today. You're not in hell with just good people. You are now here in a structure, in a matrix, in a simulation that maintains itself And the reason that how it maintains itself is that there are actual entities, there are actual conscious beings that are here with you in the system that want it to sustain itself. So a prison planet being guarded by prison guards. And they know how to do it too. They know how to do the work. They know how to use their mind. They know how to astral travel. They know how to lucid dream. They know how to, they know what the hologram is. They know how to, well, they know how to do some really, really, really powerful shit in order to keep the system afloat. So you're not just in the Hunger Games again. You are now here with baddies. You are now here, Neo, bitch, as I'm watching a semi go by and the word one is on it. O-N-E, Neo. You're now in it with a whole bunch of people that don't want it to end. They love the sustainability of the Matrix. They love what they've produced. They love that they get to be all powerful in their own reality, in their own universe. So as much as I love that, because yay, I'm all for sovereignty, I'm all for free will. What really grinds my gears and pisses me off, and the people that I work for, okay? What really pisses me off is when sovereign individuals at a big level, working with big devils, get to control the weaker ones, get to systemically, on a whole planet, create a grid to keep people from knowing their power. And that's where I fucking draw the line. And that's where me, as the GOAT, a bad bitch, the baddest, that's where I start to actually get really hella fucking peeved. And if you are like me, which I'd like to think if you're watching me, you are like me, because you're a baddie, bitch, because you're a baddie. What it's going to entail is for you to recognize, first of all, there is a system that you've inserted yourself back into. You've put yourself back in there, Katniss. You put yourself back there, Peeta. And while you do have allies, 100%, I mean, Katniss and Peeta had allies in the movie. You also have a lot of enemies. Okay, so where you thought it was really fun and adventurous and so cool to win the first time, yeah, the second time, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different now. Because you're dealing with entities in high places that really love their normalcy. They love what they've been able to cultivate here. We're talking billionaires. We're talking politicians. We're talking corporations, entire establishments. We're talking, these are principalities that you're fighting. It's not like a man and a woman. You're not fighting man. These are principalities. They're entities, fallen entities, right? Meaning their primary goal and intention is to benefit from others not having power, benefit from others staying weak. The ones that I oppose wholeheartedly, 100%, literally will always oppose, are those that want to keep people in a slave state of the mind, convincing everyone that they're weak and they can't get out of something. And they are doomed for pain. They're doomed for poverty. They're always going to struggle finding the right thing, the right car, the right person, the right home. Because there are those on the planet that do this. But where I come from, see, and I come from a very, very, very cool place. Where I come from is not this low vibrational trash heap of a planet. I do not come from this bitch. I do not. I am not from here. Let's admit that. I just found out recently I'm on the FBI's wanted list, which is talking about, well, I should say watch list. I don't think I'm wanted. I'd like to think I'm wanted. I'm very much hella wanted, but I don't know if by this FBI if I'm wanted or not. I don't know. Maybe. Life goals. Life goals, am I right? Anyway, I found out recently I'm in the FBI watch list and I fucking love it. Like, thank you. Look, Ma, I made it. Look, Ma, I made it. Like, honey, if you're not on some sort of list for being a loudmouth, you're not really a prophet. You're not even doing anything in a day. I don't know what you're doing. You're not living life right. So anyway, I found out too, yeah, I'm on the FBI watch list, which is so cute. And I love that. I love that for me because nothing opens the Hunger Games in a celebratory fashion, quite like telling this bad bitch that she's on a literal government watch list. Hell yeah. Hell yeah! That's me, bitch. Hi, I'm Jenna. It's nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you. That's me. Yes, my reputation precedes myself. Yes, hello. Hi, it's great to meet you. So here's what I really don't love, okay? As a psychic and as a shaman, as a bad bitch, here's what I don't love. What I don't love is a group of crooked individuals that really love to keep this matrix afloat to harm other people. Like, I'm all about riches. I am all about that money, that cheddar, that bacon. I'm all about those sandwiches, okay? I love me a good bacon and cheddar Sammy, okay? What I don't love is when you make money like that on the backs of people that never get to even understand that they're powerful. It's like taking candy from a baby. That shit is so unfair. That shit is so unfair. And I'm not about that. I don't like that. I think that it's a fucking joke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to win the second Hunger Games. Okay. The 75th annual Hunger Games. I'm going to win this bitch. But this time it's different. The first one that I won on my own. I was very much alone, very much lonely a lot of the time. I learned Reiki. I learned energy cord cutting. I learned how to manifest. I learned lucid dreaming and astral travel and dream interpretation and how to summon entities. Oh, I learned a whole bunch of shit by myself. Equal energy exchange, how to cast out some demons. I learned a lot on my own. So I'm ready. I'm prepared. I feel ready. I feel ready, right? And so now the second time that I'm going into this, it's different. It's a little bit different because it's like they've upped the ante a bit. They've upped the ante and it could be more scary. Fear is fear. It's a frequency. You can be just as much afraid of getting a root canal as you could be being in a concentration camp. Fear is fear. It's a frequency. And though they've upped the ante, fear is still the same. You'll know it. You'll know it's a frequency. You'll know because you'll feel it. And just because the threat is bigger, just because it's more global now than it was you on your own in your own matrix, it's still your own matrix. It's just that the powers that be want you to think it's global. They want you to think it's like more powerful than it's ever been. And it's like they're wanting you to play a bigger game of chess. But it's still chess. And you still know the rules. You know the rules. You know the moves. Your opponent isn't really any different. A lot of people say new levels, new devils. No. They're the same devils. You're just smarter and able to maneuver around them better. It's the same devils. Devils don't get smarter. Evil people and devils, they stay the same. They're stupid and ignorant. They stay the same. That's why if you've met a narcissist, you've met them all. There's always a program. They're all on the same program. NPCs, I guess you would call them in the system. I don't know. If this is a video game, I would call narcissist an NPC, a non-playable character. They're all the same. They have the same demeanor. You can predict what they're gonna do. They even have terms and labels for shit that they do, like gaslighting and love bombing, and you know what I mean? Because there is a system, there is a program to narcissists. They've been programmed like that by the system. So I guess what I'm trying to say is there are no new levels, new devils. You've already unlocked all the levels, and all the devils have already been offered to you. You've already been experiencing all the devils. You've already been experiencing fear. Fear is fear is fear is fear. It is the same thing. It might be a different version of a thing that you're scared of, but it's still the same frequency. It feels the same. And you can get over it the same way, right? In the same way that you got over your fear of a root canal is the same way you're going to get over the fear of being cheated on, or the fear of not having money, or being homeless. You're going to just go through the motions. You're going to just do what the universe is telling you that you have to do. Are you going to fight it? Are you going to fight the universe on that shit? Yeah, I highly fucking doubt it. When you get moved from point A to point B, you can do jack shit about it. You will do absolutely nothing about it, and that is how you know that you are not absolutely in control of all of it. While you are a god, you are a deity. You are the creator of your own reality. You're a co-creator of your own reality. And there is something big and grand that takes your ass from point A to point B, and you don't get any say in the matter at all. The only free will you have is deciding what kind of life you want to live, what you do in your imagination. The only free will you have is in selecting a version of reality that you want to live. How you get to that, really? No, that's not your, that's not your business. Not only is that not your business, but you have zero control over that shit. So, I mean, and the more you try to fight it, right? Well, I don't like that this is happening. I want to change it. What you're really doing is you're messing with the middle. You're messing with the middle part from A to B, that middle, and that is creating more and more and more and more stress and more wreaking havoc. So next time when you go from B to C, guess what? It's now going to be tumultuous and fear-based because you can't stop fucking messing with the middle. Let the universe do what the universe gonna do. You're not going to be able to stop whatever the system is from getting you to that plane of existence that you claim you want to be at. So stop trying to control shit. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Okay. So one thing that I learned about myself in this week, it's been an incredible week of learning how fucking badass I am. Not only did I find out that I'm a girl, I say this literally as God is my witness. I found out I am on the FBI's watch list. Honey, that is better news for me than my own birthday. I celebrate this more than I've celebrated my birthday in the last 5 years. It's insane. I mean that. It's fucking awesome. Like most people, they want a Maserati and a cabin in the woods. No. I want to be able to put that shit in my book. So we have escaped the Matrix the first time. The ones that know how to manifest, you know how to have success in some way, like, you get to astral travel and lucid dream and banish anything that you want out of your energy. Because you know that you're the one, baby. You're the one. You're the Neo of the Matrix, bitch. That's who you are. You are Neo, bitch. So you know it, right? But now all of a sudden, some of you might be like shifting to this lower vibration because there are timelines that are feeling the apocalypse. There are timelines that are feeling the end of days. It's really the end times. I mean, not end time as in like you're never going to exist again. Or there's never going to be anything for you to do. End times meaning end of timelines. Entire timelines that you used to entertain, you used to be in, you used to fuel, you used to energetically give to, they're collapsing. They have no energy to sustain itself. It's imploding on itself. Entire dimensions, entire realities, entire timelines are imploding, okay? And what you're feeling now, enlightened one, what you're feeling now, as you've already escaped those timelines, is that ripple effect, that feeling of fear that other people are feeling, especially as an empath. This is very important that you use discipline and get the fuck out of people's energy and move the fuck along, okay? Because this is a rapture, bitch. Nobody gets to ride your coattails into heaven. They got to enter it, their pearly gates, them damn selves. It's not your job to save anybody. It is your job to save you. So when I say end times, the end days, what I really mean is timelines, realities that you used to partake in, that you used to actively participate in fueling. It is now time for those realities to, I don't know, just fall off into the ocean. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what is happening in those other realities. That is not your business. Your new heaven, your new earth, your nirvana, your new Jerusalem is already here. The real question is, why is your mind not allowing you to believe that it's here and resonate with that new frequency in order to attract in what is good for you and happy and brings you joy and abundance and love and all this? This is where me and a lot of people like me up higher than me, we don't fucking stand for the grid system keeping people trapped. And Archangel Michael over the years taught me Reiki. Like, I never went to a Reiki class. I never learned the healing energy of Reiki. So like universal energy, cord cutting, shamanic resonance healing, stuff like that. I didn't learn that from a person. So I learned, and this is why I can move on from an ex like that. This is why I get happy when I break up with a guy like that. I do cord cutting long before that motherfucker knows I even did it. Before I even left them physically, honey, I've been energetically disconnected for months. Sometimes it only takes a couple days. Depends on how serious I am about cord cutting and establishing boundaries. So if there is any abusive, tyrannical dictator in my life, I cord cut long before they know I do. I energetically remove myself long before they'll know it. Okay? That's why when I go into the next phase of my life, there's always some huge ass blessing that comes in and people are like, what? How though? Well, it's because I fucking raised my vibration by getting rid of a 200-pound dead weight. A paperweight. And so when I do a lot of cord cutting, it is all silent. Nobody knows I've done it until they go to find my energy and they can't because there's no energy cords attached between me and them. So another thing I learned this week, after learning that I'm on the FBI's watch list, holla! After learning that, I found out that when I did Reiki on a friend of mine, it was so crazy. I did some energy cord cutting. Remote cord cutting. I wasn't even with him. I was not even physically with that guy. But I did remote energy clearing. Oh my God. Let me just sit here and toot my own horn for a minute because, oh my God, I'm a fucking baddie. I am a bad bitch. I literally fell asleep doing it. I fell asleep doing cord cutting. And I woke up to someone else telling me that the cords I cut between those two people, like it was my friend and a karmic that was attached to him, I found out that karmic magically, as I was sleeping, bitch, literally, like, well, it had happened the day before, but I didn't know about it. But I found out that karmic person, the person that was like, oh, just very low vibrational, just magically moved on. Literally woke up from my nap, it was maybe an hour later, and I found out, yeah, so-and-so, they're like over. They just disappeared. Poof. Like they don't want anything to do with each other anymore. And I was just like, whoa, holy shit, this is real? Well, of course it's real. I used it. I utilized Reiki and cord cutting for myself. But like, again, being in the second round of the Hunger Games, being here in this dense plane of existence again, signing up for this shit again in hell, and then knowing that like whatever freed me the first time is still completely gonna happen again. I'm still that powerful again. So anyway, I did some cord cutting, and yeah, he's totally freed from that. And I was like, oh my god, like what the fuck? Did I do that? Did I do that? I feel like I did. I feel like that was me. I don't think it was just coincidence. So anyway, yeah, I have found out this week I'm a fucking baddie. I really am that bad bitch. And so this is like the first time ever too, there's not this like need to prove shit to people. Like even Gordon was trying to like, he said yesterday, he was like, when I find a goddess in you, I'll let you know. Bitch. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I couldn't even believe he said that. Anyway, the audacity. But yeah, this is like the first time in my life I don't need to prove jack shit to anybody. Anybody with eyeballs can see we're in hell. Anybody with eyeballs can see the end of days coming. Like, I don't need to prove shit to you. I think this is like the most empowered version of me that I've ever seen. But then there's also this like weird, awkward moment too. Like I wake up sometimes, like today I woke up and like I haven't even showered. And then there's this like also like kind of depressed girl in me too. Just sad, kind of feeling hopeless, like ugly and like bloated. I don't know. And and again, it's because of the dense plane of existence that we're in. A lot of you that resonate at a higher level, a lot, like a very high vibration. You come here, you're willingly signing up to come here back into the matrix, back into the 3D, back into the world, in the world, not of it, right? Like, it's not all rainbows and unicorn farts anymore. It's not like you just dancing up there with the unicorns. You signed up for this. You really wanted to come here to a more dense plane of reality and get out of this once and for all. Not just escape it, but completely rid yourself of it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, escaping the Matrix the first time was really just out of sheer survival. You had to, you know? Like, you really just escaped by the skin of your teeth. But now that you're back in it, it's like you're really seeing what it is, right? And so it's so funny. There was a car that went this way and a car that went this way on the road, like right here when I can see, right? And they both had, at the same time, doors that were painted different colors than the original car body. The car body itself was painted like one color, and then their doors were painted a different color. It's weird. It's like seeing shit like that is the equivalent of in the Matrix, the movie, when Neo would see like the two cats and he's like, whoa, deja vu. But Trinity was like, oh no, that's not what you think. So seeing this car and this car at the same time have two different color doors. What is that thing bringing my awareness to that? Not what is that, because that is the binary code of the matrix. That is the system. That is the simulation. That is the video game. That's just a reflection. That's just part of the hologram. What is the thing, the entity, the consciousness, the brain mechanism? What is the thing that just made me aware of that? Like, I'm literally sitting here conversating with myself, with my damn self, because there's nobody talking to me. And I'm so engrossed in this conversation that how was I just made aware of that? I'm not even focusing on that. You see, this is the system itself showing you how powerful you are now. It's not really the system doing it. It's never been the system doing it. It's been something higher doing it. It's not the video game itself. It's not the matrix itself. It's not the simulation itself that did shit for you. Nah. Nothing. This world is dead. This 3D world is dead. It is a culmination of shit thoughts or good thoughts, whatever it is. It depends on if you like your reflection or not. Depends on if you like what you're seeing or not. But it's a culmination of things that have already transpired, thoughts that have already happened. The thoughts that you have right now is the shit you're going to see tomorrow, right? So, what is it that showed me two cars crossing each other at the same time, literally right in front of my face, in my field of view? The car body was one color and the door was another color, right? But how weird that they both were like that at the same time, crossing my path at the same moment. Like, that's weird to me, you know? But what's not weird is that it happened. What's weird is that I got to see it. What's cool is that I have the breath of life to see it. Not literal life, like I have air in my lungs, but I mean like that Christ consciousness, that Christ awareness that shows me that shit for free every day, every minute if I want it. I can guide and instruct that higher self to show me shit like that all the time if I really want it, you know? But it's really a sign of the times that you're about to learn how powerful you really are. And there's no one that can stop it. In fact, the system itself will want to stop you. It will want to breathe into you fear because it's a defense mechanism. There's this safety valve, this button that's normally pushed to red alert the system that you've gotten this powerful. It normally shouldn't have been like that. And now that it is, the system itself can't cope. It's not coping very well. It's evident when you look at forest fires and entire friggin' huge ass TikToks being shut down. Like you're seeing the system cannot cope with itself. It is imploding on itself. Stay the course. Remember who you are. Right? Remember, your mind made it. Your mind created it. Your energy, your thoughts, the way that you spoke, your emotions, the way you overreact on certain things. Those things made a matrix. And just like in the movie The Matrix, when Neo took out all those cords between he and those machines, right? He was fueling those machines. He fueled the Matrix. He made the Matrix. He built the Matrix because at one time it was beneficial. And then it started to not be beneficial. So what is going to happen as your world implodes? What is going to happen as everything you thought you knew about reality presents itself as one big lie? The great deception coming to light. In the Bible, the great deception for me is basically believing that this reality is real. But a lot of people have a different opinion of what the great deception is. The Bible, some think it's like religion, some think it's the Satan, some think it's whatever, Jesus. I don't, it doesn't matter, I guess. But the great deception right now was that you were powerless. When you were so powerful that you gave your power away so that you could pretend you're powerless. Like, damn, look at you. And look at, there's a little birdie here. Cute. What an that's the first bird I've seen in a long time. I heard chirping the other day. Oh, I guess I did see a couple in the sky. But here's this little finch or something. Cute little guy. What a cutie patootie. So cute and plump. He's just like this tiny little thing. So cute. That bird is definitely eating well. I love to see it. He has his fair share of worms anytime he wants it. That little birdie. Wow. Always taken care of by God, right? Now, I highly doubt that bird goes to like some sort of mosque or a holy place and begs to be fed. Yet it's always fed. Pretty well fed, it looks like. No offense, little guy. No offense. Putting on the winter pounds, I see. It's okay, it's cute, you're adorable. It looks good on you. But that bird does not go to a holy place and read a book and a passage and beg for food. Does it? Yet it's always provided for. The bird knows instinctively that there are worms and that there will always be food available. Always. If you search hard enough. So when we're here in this dense 3D reality, we're challenged a lot. Mainly one thing that's been challenging me lately, and it's very hard to talk about, is a relationship that I'm leaving behind. It's actually, that relationship is leaving me behind, I would say. Because I don't want to leave it behind, but it is leaving me behind. So one thing that is tough and challenging is seeing that bird that gets to have everything it wants by just knowing that it's possible. And then here we are as humans, we feel like we need to give some sort of energy to something for it to sustain us. Whether it's a man, a religion, a book, a crystal, a crucifix, a piece of wood, a lumber. I mean, it's something. It's always something that we need to give to in order to receive from. And I think what I'm mastering right now, and it is so weird for me, finally, is this belief that I don't need to give to you to receive. I don't need to give jack shit to receive. In fact, I truly believe that my karma is so good, and there are pages and pages and pages of good shit that I have acquired such good karma for like the next 50 fucking lifetimes that I don't actually need to contribute jack shit. I don't need to give anything to receive. In fact, I would dare say I need to stop giving. So the scales of karma can finally work in my favor. Giving, it is creating such an imbalance. that I don't even receive because I'm giving so much. It's like, I think that that's really what it's going to be for this next phase for a lot of us. We just stop giving and then we receive. And we're like, what? It was supposed to be that easy all along? It was supposed to be like that. Yeah. We just didn't know it. I guess. But then there's like this part that I'm like, I tried so hard because as a psychic, I mean, I don't get to know my future really. I don't. Spirit doesn't show me stuff like that. Not normally. I can get some glimpses, but like, nah, my higher self doesn't give me shit sometimes because I shouldn't know 2 feet in front of my face, honey. I will ruin that shit so bad. Okay? I will self-sabotage something. Like, I'm glad my higher self keeps secrets, you know? But sometimes I get to know someone's future that isn't my own. And if I see what it's going to be, I try to save them from it too. Some real bad shit coming down the pike for a lot of narcissistic people, a lot of tyrants, a lot of people who have built an empire on nothing but hatred and control, stifling other people, like keeping people limited, keeping people dumb, watering down truth, only sharing what they want to share, not what they're instructed to share. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people that have knowledge, they have the knowledge on how to build an empire for themselves, but they never share that shit with others. You see? These are the dark magicians of the world. These are the ones that would claim good magicians never share their secrets. Nah, bitch. Good magicians would love to share that secret with everybody. The good ones that deserve what's good coming in, they're the ones that would readily share anything to ease people's pain, to get people out of poverty, to get people out of a prison all their own, but it's not even theirs. So I'm dealing with this currently, this argument in my head that a man I love is both a tyrant and a liberator. The way that I keep flip-flopping and the way that I keep wavering as a manifester has people in my life thinking, what the actual fuck is wrong with you, Jenna? Like, half the time he's a tyrant and a bully and cruel, and the other time you're telling me he's like the sweetest thing since pie and he's like treating you like a goddess. I don't understand it. And it's because of my wavering state. It's because I keep falling asleep. I keep taking the blue pill. I keep, as a creator of my own reality, as Neo of my Matrix, I keep forgetting my power. So I look at the 3D, I look at what is happening, what he does in the 3D, in the physical world. And I take that as gospel. Instead of going back into my imagination being like, wow, isn't he so sweet? Isn't that so amazing? Isn't it amazing that I'm always treated like a goddess? And then sometimes you just learn, ugh, I don't really care. Bye. Some people aren't worth investing into anymore. Some people aren't worth me even trying to revise it. And to know that, it's like, it's very powerful because it's the first time in my life that I feel like I can't be hurt by that. I can't be hurt by walking away. Normally I would be. Normally when I would leave people behind, there'd always be this retaliation. You know, I'd walk away from a guy and there'd always be like some smear campaign or, I don't know, gossip and slander about me, or an entire community that we'd have like mutual friends and shit would all think the worst of me. while exalting him. And it wouldn't be until like 6 months later that I would see how his entire network of friends have just dissolved because they all started learning that he truly was a narcissistic abuser. And this has happened so many times throughout my life. It's like, it's one of the most normal things that I've ever seen is being villainized for being the stronger one to walk away. And then later on, you find out that everyone has turned on them. And it's sad. It's never good. Breakups are never good. Breakups are never easy, okay? But I will tell you one thing that has made it so much easier for me. And a lot of people, they wonder, they're like, how can you move on like that, Jenna? Because you guys have seen my channel. You've seen me go through a shit ton of breakups. And then also reestablish connections with some of my exes. Like, I'm still in contact with Gordon. And Gordon was, you guys saw, really, really not in a good place. And he was not treating me right. And it's because I do cord cutting. I do Reiki. I do energy work. I use universal energy that is available to all for free. You as a god can tune into that at any time. It's universal energy and you can use it. It's your own imagination. So what I do is I distance myself from people energetically before they even know, before they even find out. That shit happens in my imagination before people even fucking know that I have an imagination. So then when the universe starts lining things up for me to get out of Dodge, I just say, deuces, I'm out, have a good one, and that person stays in their filth. And they will continue to rot in their filth as long as they choose to as a sovereign being. And I just, whoop, get out of Dodge. Whoop, so easy. Whoop, bye. Because I'm at a higher vibration, because I don't have someone pulling on my energy 24/7. And I have zero emotional attachment. Because cord cutting, I really swear by it. I feel very strongly like telling you, cords of attachment, energy cords that are invisible, that's why so many people get boomerang back to their exes. That's why so many people feel this like over emotional sense of like, I have to help him though, Jenna. I have to save him. If I don't go back to her, she's not gonna have anybody. And if I don't, I really honestly feel that's what gets people to boomerang right back. And so this is why energy cord cutting for me is so effective, and why I swear by it, and why I teach a lot of people this stuff, because why not? And until I yesterday did the Reiki on my friend, I did some cord cutting. I mean, I'm telling you, an hour later, I found out that the person I cut out of their life, I found out like an hour later, that person just magically wanted to move on. Found something more stable, found something else, doesn't even want to be around them. Like, what? In an hour, girl. I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn. Okay, so I knew I was good. I didn't know I was that good. Shit. I now know why I'm on the FBI's watch list. Because I'm a baddie. Oh, by the way, I didn't know that anybody was typing until right now. For whatever reason, sometimes when I'm live, it will just say 0 comments. And I'm just like, oh, look at me talking to myself. Look, I love it. But then I didn't know that you guys actually were typing. And I definitely did not know that Gordon was in here when I said that. Hey, Shawty, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? I didn't know I had comments. Let me read some of these. Oh, Medina. Oh my God, there's a lot of people. Wait, fucking A. It told me there was 0. You see, this is a perfect example. You see, perfect teaching tool. In one reality, look, this is how quick you can shift realities. Look, in one reality, no one listening to me. I'm still making hella sense. I'm still that bad bitch. I'm still amazing. But 0 people, right? And in a matter of a split second, just clicking on a button, hitting refresh, boom, all messages appear. I think because my settings that it was on like top messages, and I just switched it to all messages, and that's what it really did it. But it is an example of how quickly you truly can shift states of consciousness. States of consciousness is reality. It's timelines, basically. In one timeline, I didn't have anybody supporting me. And then this new timeline, tons of people supporting me. So this was also the message that I wanted to relay about the Hunger Games. Katniss and Peeta, they won the first Hunger Games, and they thought it was all smooth sailing. They thought they were just going to get some settlement, go buy a house, and live their fucking life, right? But no, they had to, in their reality, a new option was presented, and they felt they had no choice. All of a sudden, all the victors, anyone who ever won, we're all going to now be competing against each other, right? 2 timelines. And they believed that they had to be in that timeline where they had to go back into the Hunger Games. So my question to you guys, because you're so high vibrational and you should be experiencing bliss, why are you not? And Gordon has been asking me this for days, honey. Why does your 3D look the way it looks if you're so high vibrational? If you're such a goddess, Jenna, if you're such a bad bitch, if you're such a hella manifester, why does your 3D look like it looks? And I said, because every single time you tell me my reality looks a certain way, I chose to believe it. You would say, oh, your boyfriend's an asshole, and I'd believe it. Oh, you have that bill that's due this week, and I'd believe it. Oh, well, so-and-so's gossiping about you, and I'd believe it. So anything that would present itself to me in the 3D physical world, even with Gordon, my own twin flame, he'd come to me with a reality all his own, drop a bombshell in my lap and be like, hey, so this is a reality that I experience, and I want you to experience it too. And me as a conscious creator, I didn't yet know how conscious I needed to be to create a different reality. I did not know that when he says shit like, oh, your boyfriend's such a loser, I have to be like, oh, I agree. You don't like him. Oh my God, yeah, because he's so mean. I could have literally gone into my imagination instead and been like, yeah, that's your fucking version of him. I don't care. I say how my boyfriend shows up. I say how my clients show up. I say what my bank account looks like. I say, right? And I think a lot of us ladies, we are so convinced that your twin flame is like the everything, no offense, Gordon, but that you don't even give yourself permission to triumph and trump over that, over their word of opinion. Like, who died and made you God, bitch? Who died and made you God of my reality? You can come in with any news you want. So-and-so said this. Your bank account says that. Your car has a flat tire and this and this. You're the one. You are God, not your boyfriend, not your best friend, not your uncle, not your twin flame. You are God of your reality, and you're the one that can determine. I don't buy into that shit. Like, weirdly, all the comments were turned off, and I'm like, wait, I don't believe that shit. So I'm gonna go and click on a button, and then I'm gonna see everybody that supports my ass. I love you. Kaylee, thanks for being here. Medina, how are you, girl? Jay, I love you. 88, whew, 88 low max, damn. Thank you for being here. Nuya, even though you say I'm dumb, thank you for being here and supporting me. Thanks for giving that thumbs up, I know you are. And thank you so much for helping the YouTube algorithm. But the point is, you have to believe eventually to escape this planet that we're on, which is called the trash heap bunghole of the Matrix. In order to escape it, you have to first realize there's nothing to escape. There is no spoon. If you guys ever watched The Matrix, honestly, please tell me you have. Because otherwise these references are really not going to work on you. So in the movie The Matrix, he was like, watching this kid bend a spoon with his mind. And he's like, how do you do that? And he says, well, first, you have to see there is no spoon. There is no spoon. There is nothing. There is nothing. It is but a reflection of you. When you start to promote something, it'll show up. Like, when you start to believe, like me, polyamory, I believe in multiple loves, okay? I very much am in love with more than one person. At first, when I started to know this about myself, I was in a reality that opposed that. It was all about monogamy. Everybody was just one person, that's it. And there was a reality where I kept seeing in my mind's eye, it was working because I had more than one partner in my mind's eye. In my imagination, where everything's grand, there was more than one man, okay? But like I couldn't actually get to that while looking at the 3D telling me monogamy is the only thing that there is. Same when I started my business with tarot. I was being told so many times by everybody, like, girl, that is some wishful thinking. You think you're gonna make a business throwing tarot cards? Really? Really? These freaking pieces of paper? Really? Okay. And yet I did it. I remember when a lot of people would consider free rent that I manifested. I rented a studio apartment in 2023. And I had free rent in that bitch. Free. Zero. On the lease, it was $0 a month. Correct. So a lot of people would try to tell me that what I see in my imagination is wrong. These are the same assholes that would call me schizophrenic every 2 seconds. Oh, you're schizo because you want to live in your imagination. Bitch, my imagination is more real than you right now, motherfucker. So a lot of you are going back into the Hunger Games. You're going back into the Matrix. You're going back into that dense plane of existence, that lower realm again. And you might wake up feeling fatigued, or you feel bloated, or you feel like everybody's out to get me, and I don't know what happened. I feel so ugly today. And it's not normally like that. And the reason it's not normally like that is because normally your consciousness is at a way higher plane. Normally in the 4D, the 5D, up there, right? Especially my girls, my high priestesses, y'all live up there. We live up there, right? And so now all of a sudden, here's what happens. We're getting collided with our divine masculines. Oh my God, they're coming online. They're starting to wake up to what the fuck this is. A system designed for you and your twin flame to never know your power. But while you created it, yes, it doesn't take away the legitimacy of how painful it is and how corrupt it is just because you built the Matrix. And you now know that. Doesn't take away the fact that it's fucking evil. You see what I'm saying? So now you're being collided with divine masculinity. And the divine high priest, the template, the patriarch, the archetype of the divine masculine rules the 3D domain. So a lot of my high priestess sisters that you guys rule and reign the 5D, your twin rules the 3D. This is their domain. They can see shit here in the 3D you don't ever get to see. So this is definitely a message for my twins, okay? My twin flames, okay? They are down here in a very dense plane of existence, having to see shit that, like, you thankfully never even have to witness. But then, you're up there having a lot of the downloads and the dreams and the psychic realms and like all that ethereal shit and like astral travel and the empathy, like the spiritual part of it, that thankfully they never even have to experience. Like, thank God, huh? Because they don't know how to handle that shit. And you don't know how to handle the 3D really that well. This is why you really truly both need to be in union. I mean, it needs to happen. You both need each other. And the sooner you can fucking admit that to yourselves, I mean, honestly, and pull a stick out of your ass, the sooner that you guys get to be in harmonious union. And look, everybody and their uncle saw my breakup with Gordon. Me literally being dropped off at a police station, being made homeless just a couple weeks ago. You guys all saw it. In fact, it was one of my most viral videos ever because fucking people love drama. So it was one of my most live streams. It was pretty crazy because I had a lot of support that day too. Like people were just, I've never even seen so many people kind like that. It was crazy. Even when I went to the police station, there was this woman who was the janitor and she just came up to give me a hug. She's like, "Can I please hug you?" It was crazy. The police officer drove me. He didn't have to, but he cared about me a lot, and he was super sexy, that guy. That was very nice. That was a very nice gesture by a very nice, good-looking police officer, and he helped me get to the shelter. So and Gordon, of course, because I have manifested a different version of him, I realized my problem was that I was expecting, anticipating, and assuming that he would show up as a dickhead. So he had to abide by what I was saying as God of my reality. He had no fucking choice. No choice. He had no choice in the matter. At first, when he showed up all love and light and sweet and like buying me things and taking me on dates and so cute and just an amazing, passionate sex life, all this good stuff, that also had to happen because I assumed it would. When I started to assume that he was different than that, he had to follow suit. He literally had to take on the program that I was creating in this matrix. He had no choice. Poor guy. Never stood a chance. So, if you can know that you created absolute garbage at rock bottom, finally you can break free. Finally, you can build something better. But you have to first know that you're God of your shit kingdom. The way that you made it, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, gross. It looks bad, right? It does. It looks like shit. It looks horrible, girl. It really does. Okay, it looks bad. But it's okay. Everyone built a bad reality. All of us did. All of us did, honey. We were all living under the veil of consciousness. We were all asleep at the wheel. We all took the blue pill. It's all right. Okay? It's cool. What are you going to do about it? Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do about it. I am not going to sit here focusing on all the bullshit that I created. I don't even care if my twin flame or Santa Claus tries to keep trying to convince me of all the shit that I created is my fault. Bitch, that ain't my fault. It might have been my doing, but it's not my fault. So you do not have to, as a creator of your reality at rock bottom, look around at everything on fire and being like, "Oh, well, I did that though. That volcano that erupted, that was me. This, oh, my goldfish that died when I was 12, that was my fault. Oh my God." And then this, and the way that the boyfriend shows up, like, oh my, no. We acknowledge, but we do not feed into it anymore. You don't have to bring back 10 years of bullshit memories. If you want to go to therapy, do so. I love it. I love it if that's healthy for you. For me, nah, not so much. It's not. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to go get help if you guys need help. For real, for fuck's sake, go get help. But to sit there and bring up everything that is wrong in your reality is bringing to your present moment, your present awareness moment, all the shit that's not going right for you. You're bringing the past into the present and then creating your future. Make it make sense. Make that make a sense. You can't make that shit make sense. So I had to really get up his ass and be like, don't talk to me ever again. If you're gonna bring up the old Jenna, the old Gordon, the old world, the old paradigm, the old life lessons that we've already learned, do not show up in my life ever again if that's what you're going to be about. In the present moment that we all have, it's a currency. Your focus is a currency. And in this present moment, the only thing you have is the gift of creation. The past doesn't even exist. The past is a memory. It is a memory, okay? Now, if you'd like to recall a couple bad events that you've had in the past, I would highly suggest lying to yourself and flipping the thought into a positive. Like, for instance, though I got broken up with live on stream, I also can bring into my reality now how lovely everyone was. How much excitement and stir there was around getting free and being free from any guy who tries to assert their dominance over me. You know, there's this like very much empowered self that was coming to the surface. Same with that really cute cop. He was so adorable. The donations that came in from me, guys, I couldn't even believe your kind hearts. I couldn't even believe how many people loved me. I mean, I've only ever really been trolled on YouTube for fucking years. Okay, I only really ever had trolls. And so all of a sudden, every single comment was like, girl, I'm gonna stay here to the end of the stream. I've got you. I'm praying for you. I love you. You're so beautiful. You've got this. It's okay. Cry, let it out. Some others were like, don't cry. It's okay. But it doesn't matter because I cry when I want to cry. But there were so many people that loved me genuinely. And sometimes it takes rock bottom to see how much you really truly are loved, though. And also how powerful you are, right? I think so many of us, we stay in our comfort zone for so long, but we don't actually get to see how the universe will catch us until we're right off the ledge. We're like about to step off the ledge. Not literally, don't do anything stupid. But until you're about to really do something bold, you don't even get to know how the universe would back your ass, you know? But anyway, yeah, I manifested a huge ego death. Oh, ask Gordon. It has been, what, 2 weeks of him being just completely humbled. Love it. In fact, it's been such a beautiful success story that he's out here helping other men. He's literally mentoring people now because he really got it through his thick skull how to treat a lady. Like a lady. Whoa, 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 like a lady. That's right. He treats me like a goddess now. Because that's the minimum. That's the standard. That's the standard. Goddess. If you want to treat me above a goddess, feel free. But like the minimum is goddess. You know? So if even your own twin flame, if even your own mom, if even your own pastor, if even your own news station, whatever, is showing you right in your face, hey, this is reality because I say so. You're broke because I say so. You're ugly because I say so. You're fat in those jeans because I say so. And I'm not saying Gordon ever said any of this. I'm just saying, like, this is sometimes how people do treat us. It's not because you deserved it. It's not because you're worthy of that treatment. It's that as a creator, as a manifester, you assumed that it was possible to be treated like that in general. You assumed at some level, because everyone shows up how you assume they will. That's the truth. You assumed at some level that person would want to hurt you. They would want you to feel less than. At some level, you assumed they'd show up like that, and honey, they had to. Honey, they had to. Zero free will. These people have zero free will in your reality. That's the glory of it. They have zero free will. They have to show up exactly as you assume they will. Now, what's very weird, and I've noticed also, just because someone shows up in your reality, like a certain way, does not mean everybody else sees that person that way. Like, this is what I've noticed. It's so weird. That person very much exists. Just because they don't have free will in your reality doesn't mean that they're just like an NPC. It doesn't make them just like a robot. They still have a life. They still have feelings. They still they're a human being. They are still real. And in their reality, with like all their friends and all their family, everyone in their circle sees them a certain way. But when they show up with you, totally different. An example, somebody told me recently that like their boss their boss would always come in so nice to them, so kind, always giving promotions, like best friends kind of shit. But every other person at work viewed that boss as a dick, and so they always got shit on. Like they would be demoted, or they'd be like moved to a different corner desk, or like everybody else had a bad experience with this boss, but the person that told me this always had good treatment. So same person, same workplace, different assumptions. I assume now that Gordon comes in fully healed, 100% divine masculine, a mentor, amazing, because I refuse to settle, and I refuse to believe anything less than he is God. That's it. He is love, period. That's it. When I start to see something different, honey, I snip, I snip the cords, I fucking block him, delete his ass, and then he gets it right with God. 100%. And then he gets it right with Goddess. But that does not mean that everyone in his reality sees him as empowered. There's other people that assume him to be weak, timid, broke, whatever. But because I assume he's rich, sexy, handsome, funny, smart, all these higher things, he has to show up in my reality that way. And so I'm starting to learn a little bit more also about cord cutting and stuff, because I do Reiki. Like Gordon felt it one time I was doing it when he had no idea that I was even into cord cutting, or like I could do that stuff. And I remember he'll tell you, he remembers when I was cord cutting. He remembers because he told somebody, he said, I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but she's doing something to me right now. She's doing something. And like he called me, he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, cord cutting. Bye. And that, I already knew I was really powerful. I already knew cord cutting was a thing. Archangel Michael taught me that shit. Like, that's why I can move on from people so easily, so quickly. And that's why I get blessed immediately when I move on. And so I'm into cord cutting. I love cord cutting. I love teaching people about it. I love it. It's free energy. It's universal energy. It's available to anyone. I don't think that there should be this like paywall of this knowledge. Like, it should be freely given. It should be freely given. It was given to me freely by Archangel Michael. He taught me this shit. And so I love, as a magician, I love giving out magician's tricks. It's my favorite thing. I used to be pretty greedy with it. I used to be somebody who would just like hoard all the knowledge that I had. A way to ease my own pain, you know, a way to manifest shit out of thin air, astral travel, lucid dreaming, like my psychic abilities, how to open my chakras, all that shit. I would hoard all that knowledge, and I don't want to. Why would I? Why did I even want to do it then? I don't want to hoard it. I want people to be free. I want you to know that you are a god. That's what I want. So I would see Gordon go through these massive shifts when I would cord cut. Honey, he knew. He knew. What did he do? He asked, I think, was it last night? When did we get in that argument? And you were like, oh my God. It was so fucking funny. He wrote, we were fighting in text, and he goes, WYD, what you doing? And he's like, what, you cord cutting? You know me too fucking well. You know me too well. I am not about to give my energy to anybody that I don't agree with at a core level. If like we're arguing or something, I'm gonna snip, out you go. Out you go. I don't care who you are. Twin flame or Santa Claus. You're not getting my energy if I feel that you're doing bad shit with it. So I just cut cords, and then he gets course corrected. It's a beautiful thing. It's so sexy, and he is 100% the sexiest man on the planet. Facts. Fucking facts. In my world, and my sexiest motherfucker that exists, okay? He's a magician all the way. But yeah, I'm noticing now how these invisible cords of attachment, the person that you're attached to is not the problem. The energy cords themselves are not the problem. Energy cords are established between you and a person for energy exchange, for knowledge, to keep them in your environment, to keep them in your reality, to keep them tethered to you, bound to you. It's not a bad thing. Now, when those cords become excessive and one of you doesn't want the other in your orbit or something, yeah, okay, then that starts to become a problem. So that's when energy cord cutting is really very, very crucial. And so I saw yesterday that I cut cords between a friend of mine and a very low vibrational person in their life. And in 1 hour, I found out that that person just magically left their life. Magically wants nothing to do with my friend anymore. I'm like, really? Like, what? Because, like, that's not the type of person to just, like, leave. Okay? That, I would, hey, look, hey, I'm not trying to be mean, but that was a stage 5 clinger, okay? All the way. So for that to be that powerfully remedied by me just doing cord cutting for this person remotely. Damn, I'm like, wow, I am that bad bitch, though. I really am that bad bitch. And I understand why I'm in the Hunger Games 2.0. I understand now. I'm that bad bitch, but that good witch. Okay, yeah. So anyway, I wanted to tell you guys too that I was starting a coven and it's gonna be fucking fun. Okay, so if you are interested and you want to email me at herwitchyvibes@gmail.com. I love it. I love it. We're gonna have a lot of fun. But I'm gonna teach you this stuff because why not? Why not? It's fun. It's very cool to play in the Matrix. It's so cool to play here. This is our playground. We're gods on a playground. So this is the way I see the universe, okay? This is an example. The universe itself is inanimate. Like, it's like the playground itself. But you are conscious, like the children playing on the playground. You consciously can decide using free will what to do on the playground, but the playground itself doesn't have like a say. Like the Matrix itself, where you're at right now, the video game, it doesn't have a say. In the same reality that there are serial killers, there are also bunnies. Fluffy, cute bunnies. You see, it's all about you, the Christ awareness that is you, that determines what reality you get to experience. So when I'm seeing now that like cord cutting is a real fucking thing, and I always knew it was real, that's why I utilized it so much. I did a lot of Reiki on myself. A lot. And it helped me escape a very dense plane of existence already. But now that I'm conscious and I understand that the world needs healing and it needs to know this shit, now I'm consciously making a decision to sign back up in the Hunger Games, to come back into a very dense plane of existence, willingly going back into the world on purpose, intentionally. Because why not? I don't want to sit up in the clouds all day. I want to be here enjoying good sex, amazing food, looking at sunsets, swimming in a pool, right? I want to experience amazing things. So I need to be in the world, not of it, in order to do so, right? So what we're going to notice soon, and this was the big message for anybody who's like, you wake up and you're like, why do I feel so down? Why am I so depressed all of a sudden? The message that I got in dreams the other night, and then also waking up in this like lower dense plane of existence, is that you have descended back into the system, back into hell. But this time it's different. One, it's different because you're with a lot of people who know that they are in hell. Some don't want to be here. Some don't know that they chose it. And others want to be here. Let me repeat. Some that don't know that they're in hell, some that want to be in hell, and some that, wait, shit, what was the third one? I don't know. There's a whole mix. Some people are being trapped here. Some people feel they're being trapped here. And some don't know yet that they are God in hell. And that's where you come in. You being this powerhouse in a very low, dense plane of existence, you are here to be a baddie and to show everybody how it's done. I'm a leader leading leaders. I'm a healer healing healers. I'm a motivational speaker motivating motivational speakers. That's how I have to see myself now, because there is no other choice. To see myself as weak and timid and all that girl that like can't get ahead in life, that shit is so over. That died out with 2024. That shit's dead. That old Jenna, dead. Fuck that girl. She was so weak. I mean, really. I was such a pushover anyway. Like, oh my God, it was so insane. But I had to learn how powerful I really, really am. That yes, while things may come at you in the 3D, things that are like alarming and triggering, you know? Like if you get a text message for somebody and it's less than perfect, yeah, does it shock the system a little bit? Because you're used to getting your way all the time in the 5D. You as a high vibrational angel, you're used to getting shit handed to you left, right, and center. But now all of a sudden you're in a dense 3D plane of existence. Shit takes time here, honey. It can be slow like molasses. For you to get the results that you want, sometimes it can take time. Other times you get instant manifestations. It really depends on how much resistance you have to a certain topic. Like, if you really think the money is easy to make, you just snap your fingers and boom, it's there. But say you have resistance to love, well, that might take a little bit longer. It really depends. In a perfect world, you would be manifesting everything instantly. But I'm really channeling this message today with hopes that you can see you're not in Kansas anymore. You are in a totally different world. It feels different. It looks different. There's a heaviness here. There's like a cloud of insecurity. There's like this, even like you don't feel confident anymore. You feel inflammation. You could feel like bloated all the time. You could feel like because your higher self has integrated into the physical vessel. And this is very dense. This is a very dense, tough place to exist in. Okay? Until it isn't. Until you realize that your mind is the one controlling how you feel. If you were to affirm enough times in your head, I feel so good, I feel so safe, I love my life, I'm so healthy, I'm so healthy, I'm so healthy, you would get over that cold in 2 seconds flat if you really fucking believed in yourself. But so, not a lot of you believe in yourself, and not a lot of you understand what the fuck just happened. Well, what just happened, sweet cheeks, is Armageddon. What just happened is the end of days. What just happened is entire timelines, entire systems, entire paradigms are collapsing because your energy no longer feeds into it, Neo. And because of that, you're hearing and feeling and sensing the pain and the agony and the fear of these lower timelines. So what your higher self has orchestrated is a drop down from heaven to earth. You up there coming down to earth as the Christ, as the savior of your reality. You see? It is the true story of Christ. It is you, Jesus, incarnating into your physical 3D vessel. But what happens when pure awareness drops into a heavy, dense feeling and place and purgatory and hell? Like, you're gonna fucking feel it. You're gonna feel sad. You're gonna take on other people's sadness. You're gonna feel bloated, and you're gonna feel like, oh my God, I'm so ugly today. And You're going to feel things that you didn't have to experience when you were a spirit, when you were just up there in the clouds all fucking day. You're going to feel things down here that you didn't have to feel before. Now, here's the good news. Let me formulate what the good news is, because I actually have to take a second to wonder what the fuck the good news is. I don't know. They say that the day Christ is born is like an oh holy night. It's like the best thing ever. Ooh, yay. But is it though? Is it because you have to now experience misery? Or do you? When your awareness comes online, when that I am presence comes online, when that Christ consciousness comes online, and it starts showing you shit. Like those two cars that just passed each other, they were both this. They had the same. They were the same color body, but they had each door was painted a different color, and two cars just like that passing right in front of me. Whatever drew my attention to that is the same Christ awareness that brings your attention to low vibrational things too. Here is where you switch from complaining to being grateful and appreciating things, because that's how you manifest more shit to be grateful for. You look at something that seems wrong, seems evil, seems diabolical, seems not right. You look at it, you observe it, and you give yourself permission to change what that's about. You right then and there, as Christ, as the Savior, you right then and there save yourself from misery. Instantaneously. You can revise that shit on the spot. You see something like, it's just an example. I don't know why this came up. I heard drug deal. Okay, so like say you witness like somebody exchanging drugs or something. It's just an example, but you could instead go in your mind and be like, no, that didn't happen. They literally, they were just petting their chihuahua. He handed his chihuahua over to his friend. Cute. Like, it's up to you. You're the one that gets to determine what is real in that situation, you know? So many of us, we don't give ourselves permission to instantly revise a situation. We don't even think we can. I think a lot of us don't even know we can. But reality is what you say it is. Just because you're shown something in the 3D like a drug deal doesn't mean you actually have to believe that it was a drug deal. You know? Shit, they could have been selling cookies. Two grown-ass men, yeah? And they were like, hey, yo. You want some oatmeal cookies? I just got them down the street from that little Girl Scout. You want some oatmeal cookies? There it is. You are allowed to change that shit right away. But I think that the problem is so many of us, we don't give ourselves permission to do that. You're allowed to. You can give yourself permission to change this entire thing. Get it? Okay, hey, here's an example. Because let's face it, you know your girl gets some really, really fucking not great texts from some people sometimes. And you know I do too, because I don't know why. Why is that? I don't know, don't care. I'm not going to look into it. I'm just going to change it. So if I get like a text from a guy and it's less than what I know I deserve, I am allowed to instantaneously read it and be like, wow, he is so in love with me. I cannot even believe how in love with me that guy is. Wow. It's so obvious. It is so obvious that he could not even stop himself from texting me. Even if it's a shit message, though, I'm allowed to go into my own head and be like, wow, the dude wants to marry me. He's like obsessed. Yeah. You're allowed to. You are allowed to convince your subconscious of something else, but so many of us don't want to. I don't know why. Maybe we don't know we have that power, you know? Do you know that you have that power? I have your man's exact same problem, Miranda. I can't give up on him. I feel the man I'm with has two sides to him. One is the best man I've ever known, and the other is the worst. Like, there's a battle of good and evil going on inside of him. I've been fighting and praying to God that the latter prevails. Miranda, thank you so much for, I hope you're still here. I don't know. Maybe you're not. I don't know. The battle is not within him. It is your battle. Wow. Oh, listen to me, girl. Listen, I'm going to have to school myself. I'm going to have to preach to myself today. Listen. I like how Gordon right after that said, I have your man's exact same problem, Miranda, because I keep manifesting Gordon to show up with that same problem. The Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, total bipolar kind of shit. I am wavering. Instead of going into my imagination all the time and being like, wow, Gordon is so sexy. He's so nice. He's so kind. Oh my God, he's the sweetest thing that has ever existed ever. I have to admit to myself that there is a little bit of fun in not knowing what I'm going to get with him. Like, choose your own adventure kind of thing. I have to admit to myself that as a creator, I like the thrill. And so many of us are afraid to do that. We're so afraid to admit that maybe deep down you like this. I mean, I don't like the mood swings. I don't like the bipolarness of it, but sometimes I think that I like the friction. I like the chaos. I think that's why a lot of us descend into the 3D in the first place. I think that's why we want to be here. If we wanted heaven all the fucking time, our ass would be in heaven. You'd be in a state of nirvana all the time. But you don't want that, or you would be there. You see? So there is this point where you have to admit, whoa, okay, it's a shit reality, and I keep saying it's a shit reality. Maybe deep down I want a shit reality. Now, there are others of you, though, who don't know that you're manifesting consciously a shit reality. And that's where the trauma comes in. That's where the pain is. That's where it's like hell, right? Because you don't know your power and you don't know you're creating it. Me, I know consciously I'm creating the wavering state of him. I know that. And some of you would be like, but why? Why do you do that though? Well, because it's he is him and I am me, and if we like a little friction in our love life, then we're gonna have it. I'm not condoning it for everybody. It's not an everybody thing. That's a me thing. I'm an Aries. I like to get my cages rattled every once in a while, yeah. But that doesn't mean that you do. And there's no pain in it for me anymore because I know I created it. You see? For a lot of people that don't know their power, they create this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde like you do, Miranda, and you just admitted it, right? But the reason I'm not in pain and you are is because you don't know that you're creating it. You have to see that you are the one doing it. You keep saying there's a battle in him, so there is a battle in him. But it's not really a battle in him, sweet cheeks. It's honestly, it's a battle in you, and you're seeing it reflected in the mirror of a man. He is a physical representation of a mirror. He is just a mirror. What you say he will show up as, he's about to show up as. So if it's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, okay, but you're creating that. You're assuming that by speaking it out loud and adding emphasis to it. Yeah? Oh, I love you, baby girl. I wish you all the best. Yeah, Jekyll and Hyde. Exactly. Thanks, Medina. One reason I haven't given up is because I know he wants to change. Exactly. Because you as God have created that belief in yourself that he wants to change. Even if he were to tell you, I don't want to change, I don't want to change, you internally know as God that he wants to, because that is your belief. You have made that rule for yourself in your reality. He's continuing to fight, and as long as he's giving his all, I refuse to give up on him, like everyone else in his life has done. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I am not the type of coach to sit here and be like, girl, leave his ass. Just dump him. I have 2 exes in my life currently. I'm living with one of my exes, and I'm best friends with another. I am not the type to sit here and tell you, just go get a new guy. If you want one, go get one. Do you know how easy that shit is? Hella easy. Hella easy. Move on, girl. Go get you a new man's. It's very easy. It's actually so... Manifesting people is the easiest shit ever. Girls like me think that manifesting changes in exes are hard, so therefore it is hard. When we start seeing that shit as easy as pie, that's when it's going to be very, very easy. And especially with Gordon. It is so easy. So easy. It is. It's so easy. In the same way that he showed up in my reality as the perfect guy for me. Abso-fucking-lutely perfect. Perfect. When I got with him and I lived with him, it was only a few days into me living there that an ex-boyfriend of mine showed up out of fucking nowhere and was like basically foaming at the mouth over me, like, oh my god, I'm giving it my all. I never got over you. I can't even see another woman. I want you. It's a forever thing. It's a forever thing. Please, please, like, we need to do this the right way. Anywho, Gordon found out because I'm not a liar, and I told him immediately what had happened. And that's when I started to assume that Gordon was not going to be happy with me any longer. That was the start of our very long, painful breakup. Slowly but surely, he unraveled. Surely, he started to become exactly as I said he would. Avoidant, mean, not investing anymore, giving me breadcrumbs. I hadn't even gotten back with my ex. I wanted to. but that's because I'm polyamorous and I can love more than one person at a time. But see, in that timeline, in that version of my timeline back then, I'm in a totally different timeline now. I'm in a total different parallel reality than it was then. Gordon was insecure then, and I claimed he was. Gordon was upset then, and I claimed he was. And so he had to show up exactly as I assumed that he would. Now, we went from really, really high highs to very low lows after that. But in the same way that I assumed he would change for the worse, I now assume he's going to change for the better, just like you are, Miranda. Right? You assume that your man is going to change for the better. The universe is not prejudice. It's not bias in that it's going to be like, oh, well, he can change for the worse, but like for the better? No. It's just a mirror. A mirror is an inanimate object. It does not have a fucking preference. It is simply going to show to you what you believe to be true about them. That's it. And you will always have proof. So if you start to assume like I did, oh, he's going to be so mad at me and he's not going to want me anymore because he thinks that I'm into somebody else. And it's like, blah, 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 blah. He had to follow suit. He had to do as I assumed he would. Same now. He has to assume, he has to change in the way that I know he's going to. He's going to conform. There's no other choice. Gordon has zero free will in my reality. In his reality, he has all free will, right? But in my version of reality, in my quantum bubble, wow, I'm spitting on my side. I must be making a lot of sense. In my quantum bubble, he has zero free will. He shows up exactly as I say he will. And Augustine has told me this too. He's like, I remember when Augustine was like, Jenna, you're bringing a version of me into reality. Change the fucking program. The program that I am being forced to be for you is a tyrant, a bully. I don't want to be like that. Change the program, and I'm forced to change the software. Right? So, and really deep down, girls, listen, and guys, to be a conscious creator, to be a god of your reality, I feel like I should tell you, we actually owe it to ourselves. We have a responsibility, really, to bring in people that we love into their higher self. We do. I mean, technically, is it a limitation? Yeah. Is it like a limited mindset that like you have to bring them in as better? Yeah. No, it's not. You don't have to. It's just, don't you want to like not be a horrible God? Don't you want to be a good God? I mean, really. You want to be a narcissistic piece of shit? I mean, you know, you want to bring somebody in loving themselves, treating women right, you know, empowered, rich, strong, confident, great boundaries, perfect health, like laughing, happy, excited, like, you know. And I think a big thing too is the jealousy that I at one time had that Gordon was getting all this attention from women and men. Hey, let's talk about that. Strange, but I actually had more competition in males than I did with girls. It's very weird. A lot of men like him. Anyway, I had to see that he's not really this confident for everyone. He shows up in my reality as confident because I assume he will. And so when he does, everybody wants him. I had to get over this whole like jealousy thing. Like, a lot of people want him because I'm pouring so much energy into him. I'm making him such a beautiful, divine spectacle. Okay, he's so fucking sexy, right? That everybody wants him. Like, I'm beating people off with a stick to just have time with him, you know? And I think that I had to realize, what are you jealous of? What are you jealous of? It is your reality. This is why the spirit of jealousy is so fucking stupid and redundant. The spirit of envy, the spirit of jealousy, like, go fuck yourself. Stay in your own lane. You are a goddess. You are literally a god of your reality. What is there to be jealous of? Of course they choose you. In your reality, you're the only thing that has free will. Like, of course they choose. It's a video game, bitch. It's a video game. Of course they choose you. Of course they want you and only you, duh. But what you have to stop doing is taking bits and pieces from the past. The shit they used to say. The shit they used to do. Oh, but he cheated on me with that girl. Okay, that's in the fucking past. Stop taking those memories that don't even really exist because the past is not real, nor is the future. The only thing that's real is this present moment. And you're taking all of that and you're making it a present moment to build your future with. Why don't you remember the eye contact? The great sex you had? Why don't you start bringing parts of the memories of like the amazing dates you would go on and the giggles you would share together? And if you can't remember those, create those. Think about that. Focus on that. Try to imagine today your boyfriend or girlfriend, whoever, your specific person, your SP, try to imagine them smiling, laughing. Try to imagine them talking to somebody about you, how excited they are to have you. God, we're doing so well. I love it so much. We're so fucking in love. And then imagine the other people in their conversation being like, oh my God, that's the cutest thing. I'm so happy for you. I love you guys together. Oh, this is the best news ever, right? Your imagination, like worry is a waste of your imagination. Bringing into the present moment all those shit comments, those horrible text messages, those drunken late night phone calls where they were telling you, I don't want to be with you anymore. Girl, change that shit around. All those drunk dials was basically them just foaming at the mouth, confessing feelings for you, wanting you, and only you. Duh. Duh. You're God. Duh. Oh, and another cool thing I learned this week. Besides being on FBI's watch list, I also learned that the third party, any third person, any job that they're at, any girlfriend that they have, or ex, or baby mama drama, or whatever, all of that is literally you. You are them. You are that third party as well. You control that aspect far more than you think you do. It literally exists because of you. It exists because of you. If you would have instead gone into your imagination and been holding hands and getting married, and you would have seen those things, the universe would have no choice but to bring them in that way. Facts. But the universe couldn't bring them in that way. There had to be some sort of hiccup. There had to be some sort of third party. There had to be them overworking, or being on a business trip, or a girlfriend in the mix, or their dog going to the vet, or there had to be something. There had to be something to keep them away from you, because your imagination is what builds reality, and you were not in your imagination being with them. Change it. Stop looking at the fucking past. The past is dead. The past is done. It doesn't even exist. I like that, Miranda. I like that you're not giving up on him. I'm not the type of coach to be like, girl, just like go get a new man's. I mean, I love that, and I think it's hella easy, and I think that if you want a new guy, go get a new guy. I totally promote that for you. Like, if that is what you wanted, I would be here till I'm blue in the face trying to convince you that a new guy is where it's at. But a lot of you don't want a new guy. A lot of you are like, I'm in love with him. It's not him or something better. It's him. So I'm going to sit here also as your coach being like, okay, get your boss daddy, honey. Get your boss daddy. Go get him. Oh, exactly. There it is, Gordon. That's the only reason Jenna is still in the fight. I am more good than bad. My true self will prevail. Holla! Hallelujah! God is the way and the truth. And Jenna's words this session have been so profound. I pray her word reaches more and more people. Thank you so much for that blessing. What a sweetheart. I love you, Miranda. It will. It already is. My words are gold, baby. A lot of people know it. And a lot of people about to know it. All I have to do is know that it is. And resonate with that version of me that is already touching millions of people with my words, you know? I'm the one that determines right now if I'm preaching for 9 people or 9,000. It's a me thing. It's not an algorithm thing. It's not a YouTube thing. It's not even a viewer thing. It is a me thing. Right? Are you that you right now? Are you that version of you? Are you that version of you in the reality that already has the thing that you want? Do you even know what you want? Because up until right now, honestly, as I'm listening to myself make a lot of good sense, I didn't really think I wanted to start channeling for 9,000 people. I was cool with like a dozen people. But like as I'm talking, I'm like, damn. Fuck yes. I get it. Woo, do I have a message? Yes. So now, look at what you want, why you want it, and that's it. That's your only job. What do you want? To channel for 9,000 people. Why do you want it? Because I'm the GOAT and I make a lot of sense. Right, okay. Now get yourself into alignment. You see how quick that desire is? Girl, there is a reason my channel is this small. Because I didn't care. I wasn't here for the numbers. I didn't care about the shares, the likes, the algorithm. I give a fuck. But now that my desire has changed, I am going to claim it. And it's as fast as I claim it. If I keep claiming it over and over, oh my God, look, I'm channeling for 9,000 people at a time. I'll go into my imagination and I'll override this version that says 8 people. I will be looking at 9K every single day. Nothing can get in my way. Because I'm a bad bitch, baby. If I want to be the girl that has 9,000 people watching any given moment, I have to be connecting with that version of me that knows she's a bad bitch. Otherwise, what 9,000 people wouldn't want to listen to me unless they were given some sort of message that made sense, right? Are you connecting with that version of you? Are you being the you that already has the manifestation that you want? Now, look, You can wake up one day, new desire, just like that, boom. You wake up, your eyes open, new desire, who dis? Like I literally woke up the other day and had that download to start a coven, a witch coven. Boom, just like that. I accepted it and bam, the universe was already conspiring in my favor. My mom texted me and confirmed for me that I was supposed to be starting that. It was like, I am claiming my desires. That is what 2025 is, honey. We're claiming our desires. The second we get it, you fucking claim it. How quickly you see it show up in the 3D, in your physical world, well, I don't know. That it depends on you. How often do you see it in your mind's eye? Right? How often do you really truly embody that feeling? Because like, listen, right now, there is a difference between the Jenna that is channeling for 7 people and the Jenna that is channeling for 7,000 people. Now, what is the difference? Well, the difference is that feeling, not the emotional feeling of, oh, well, it feels like this and it feels so fulfilling. No, the feeling of, I know I have it, it's done. Of course it's done. Of course it's mine. I just saw it in my mind's eye. I didn't pull it out of my ass. It's there because it already exists somewhere. I have to connect with the version of me that already has that thing. And in order to do that, in this instance, channeling for 9,000 people at any given moment, I have to be the version of her that knows that is just common. That is just duh. Not only is it safe to do so, but it's fun, it's lively, it's exciting. Duh, right? You have to get to that level of duh, it's done. Of course it's done. I fucking see it. It's done, right? And I think so many, up to this point, I think that so many of us, we didn't really know that we were allowed to have those desires and like claim it, you know? I don't know why. Why do we do that shit, guys? Do we just think it's wishful thinking? Do we just think, oh, well, it's just my imagination? Yeah, bitch, it is your imagination. What the fuck do you think builds reality? So anyway, if I'm going to see it now, like I'm going to see it right now. Wow. 8,000 people. Oh my God. More. People sharing my people blowing up my YouTube. Like people are just like, oh my God, who is this girl? I love her. I'm like, her shit is so real. I love it. She's so awesome. And then they share all my content. But up until now, that hasn't been a want. That hasn't been a desire. Because really, honestly, I didn't even really think I was that good. But now I'm looking at myself like, damn, shawty. You're a bad bitch. I know that I am. I know that I'm capable of it. So acknowledge the reality where you know you're good. You know you're amazing at handling finances. Boom, you're a millionaire. Acknowledge that the desire you have to have that friend come back into your life. Of fucking course they want you. You were the best friend they've ever had. Boom, claim it. Give yourself permission to claim something different. And don't be afraid of how quick it's going to change too, because that shit will shift quickly, especially if you go from seeing it one way, like seeing less than 12 people that I channel for, right? And then just all of a sudden I'm claiming my desire that I now channel for like 12,000 people at a given live stream. If I just keep seeing that and I just keep seeing that and I just keep seeing that, it is going to shift that quickly in the mirror. It is going to shift that fast in the 3D. But the real problem is not a lot of people want to give themselves permission to want what they want, desire what they desire. Why? Do we think it's like selfish or something? I think religion did a number on me when it came to like wanting worldly desires. Money, a nice car, a really fancy rich house, you know, like a mansion or something. Because, you know, I always thought that if you have $2 in your bank account, that's one too many. You shouldn't be that selfish. And then that's why my ass was homeless, living in my car and a shelter. Got to this point where you don't want to be selfish, but you're supposed to have more than $1. In fact, it actually is good to have more than $1 in your bank account. It actually doesn't make you a bad person, because you take up space in this reality. That doesn't make you a bad person. Because you say no to somebody, that doesn't make you a bad person. Because you have an abundance of money and you don't give it to everybody, even if they're in need, that doesn't make you a bad person. Just like your humor and your sense of happiness in a day. Just because someone is depressed around you and upset doesn't mean that you have to care and that you have to stop smiling because they don't smile. Then it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you selfish, right? Have a great day. Have to go. Hey, Jay, no spoon my ass. I've been trying for years. Girl, I love that. Gotta go, ladies. Please protect our Jenna mods. Oh, Gordon, I love you, honey. But how do you manage multiple people at the same time? Well, I would say remember that they're all in your simulation as you say they will be. Like, okay, say you have 3 best friends. The 2 best friends that you have are very hopeful and optimistic. But then you have this idea, this perception, this assumption, and it's the law of assumption for a reason. You have this assumption that the 3rd one is always depressed, always negative Nancy, always challenging you on something, right? That person cannot show up as the other 2 do because you have an assumption that they can't. It's not that you don't believe good exists. It's not that you don't believe best friends that laugh together. And it's not that. It's that you just see it in that person. This is why sometimes as a coach, I'll be like, okay, break it off with that person and move on, honey. There's too much resistance. There's just too much resistance. You see that person as just too much of a Debbie Downer. You're going to have to move on. But that's not everybody's desire sometimes. Sometimes they want to see how powerful they are in bringing that person into their reality the way that they want. But first it starts with knowing what the fuck you want. Stop talking about how that person's an asshole. Stop talking about how they're always sad all the time. They're always broke. They're always complaining about their girlfriend. They're always doing this. Stop. Start talking about how you can't believe the change and the growth that they're having. Like, they're so inspired by your other 2 friendships that they want to come in just like that. Start imagining scenes in your mind that haven't even happened yet about how they text you and they're like, you know what? I've been really sad and I don't like this. I want to be happy, right? Imagine them smiling more. Imagine them finding a new friend and it being really fun and all 3 of you hang out. And it's like, just imagine things that you haven't imagined yet. But it's like, first give yourself that permission to desire that, to have that desire. It's there for a reason. You're allowed to have that desire. You don't have to throw that person out. You don't have to throw them away. You don't have to throw that friendship away. Fucking readjust it. That's all you got to do. God has given you an amazing gift. I'm sure this gift has made life hard and hasn't always been easy. You have such courage for not running from it. Thank you. Oh, Miranda, bless your heart, baby. I love you. I that is the sweetest comment ever. How do I say this? I honestly didn't think it was a gift. No, really, I didn't. I did not think that what I could do was a gift. My mom always told me, your mouth overloads your butt. It always gets you in trouble. Yesterday, I asked my ex-boyfriend straight up, I looked him right in the eye. I was like, do you think that my personality makes men run away? And he just looked at me and, yes. Oh, okay. So, like, I never really thought that my personality was a blessing. I've always never seen me as too much. And because of that, I assumed that everyone else would see me as too much and they don't want to be around me. But I could start assuming that people crave this too muchness, this aha moments that I have, this spark of whatever it is, whatever this is, this power that is within me. I could easily revise everything. Even those exes that broke up with me because they thought I was too much. I could easily, if I wanted to accept the desire, I could easily see them as being like, you know what? She fucking makes sense. I know she does. I know she's right. Wow. I was an idiot. Should have never let her go. That kind of thing. It is that easy if we say it is. And I thank you for the compliment about my gift. I didn't know it was a gift because I just kept believing everyone thought I was too much. Like, I'm serious when I say this. I found out this week, you guys, as God is my witness, I found out this week that I am on the FBI's watch list. Bitch. Damn, I'm good. Like, god damn. Like, I love that. I really do. It's like most people, they look at success like a big house, big car, nice family. Not me. like, look, Ma, I made it. I was so fucking terrified at first. And then also like, hell yeah, you know? Cause, well, I'm that girl, I guess I'm not. But you have to believe that when you see the side of yourself that is powerful, stop thinking people run away from it. You know? Believe that it really is the sign of change to come in every single person who ever meets you. And that they want it, they crave it, they desire it. You know? Same with me, my tarot business. Like, I because it wasn't a desire to be successful again in tarot, but I'm the tarot queen, so honestly, it's inevitable. But that also, it's like my business dried up. And it was because I had just been convinced myself that nobody wanted my advice. Nobody wanted my card readings. Nobody cared. But that's because I assumed it to be true. I could easily instead assume that everybody needs me. Everybody needs my help. Everybody wants my readings. Everybody. They're craving it, desiring it. They need it. It's like, I need it, right? Both can be true. It's all about us. It really is what you claim as Christ, what you claim as the I am, what you claim as God, what is true, you know? Are you too much for people? Or are you so amazing that everyone has to have you? Like, that goes with love too, you know? So many of us were like, oh, well, my boyfriend, he just like breadcrumbs me and he never calls me. It's like, girl, why are we believing that shit? This man is foaming at the mouth, drooling over dead ass. Why are you not believing that? So I think that I've learned a lot this week about my power. My power as God and what I'm building. Yeah. And I really want to highlight for people, there's not much you have to do. Like, you don't have to do anything. You're attracting this. You're not chasing it. You're attracting it. You're bypassing the 3D physical that you see and you're replacing it with something else. That's it. Oh, Medina, thank you. And the lady is mine. Oh, I love that. Will always be here for you. I've been dying for her to give me a reading. Oh, you see? Oh my God, I didn't read that. Look, hey, look, though. It's as quick as you say it is. You change your desire, you change your focus, you start saying everybody wants a reading with me, right? And then boom, 2 comments down. I hadn't even read it yet. I've been dying for her to give me a reading. But she's the first person I believe truly has this gift. Damn! Do you see what I mean? We are that powerful, guys. It really is a you thing. I'm literally transitioning and shifting timelines into the version where everybody wants it. As long as you can agree that your desire is there because it exists already. That's all. You scared the shit out of him. Sure did, hunty. I scared the shit out of every man I was with. Although now I'm manifesting men that are so ready for this. All of this. All of this, sweet cheeks. Every nook and cranny, every stretch mark, every ounce of this glorious goddess. I am now manifesting that they crave it, sweet cheeks. It's like a thing. It's like a thing. There used to be realities where I thought that men would not like me. I was too much. I'm too plus size. I'm too whatever. I'm too whatever. I'm too loud. I'm too obnoxious. I'm too whatevs. But now I really, truly, firmly believe that there are good guys out there that don't care about your bank account, your stretch marks, your past, your whatever. There are really, truly people out there who just want good quality content of the heart. That's it. It really is that. It really is that simple. We now have to change our beliefs. Change your belief about humanity. Change your belief about your boyfriend. He now wants to be his higher self. He's craving it. He's craving you. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care if your friend comes in, well, that guy, your asshole ex, yeah. I didn't give a fuck. Because your best friend doesn't see what you see in that guy, because your best friend has an assumption in their reality about your guy friend, your man's. It doesn't matter what your friend says. It matters what you say. And it will always matter what you say. Jenna is a spiritual bulldozer. Impressive. Okay, thank you, girl. Thanks for noticing. A coven? I'm in. Miranda. Girl, please email me. I swear to God, this is going to be amazing. Amazing. I'm once a week we're having our little shindig. I don't know, what do you even call it? What are coven meetings? Meetings? Whatever. It's a Zoom meeting. Like, what do you call it? I don't know. But anyway, I'm calling it the witching hour. Because it's going to be about an hour every week. I think it'll be really, really fun. It's going to be so fun. So email me at herwitchyvibes@gmail.com. Herwitchyvibes, VIBES @gmail.com. Yeah, it'll be fun. Fun times. A coven, I'm in! Yes, girl! Jenna, always pleasure. Medina, I love you. Thanks for being here. You've brought me so much clarity and taught me many things. You've helped me in ways you'll never know. There's personal things I don't wish to share or hear. Oh, but your words have saved me. Girl, I'm freaking out. You're talking about so many things that are hitting. This is insane. Hey! Jenna, my dream house burned down. Jay, this is where... Jay, listen to me. This is where you're going to have to really, really, really revise what the fuck is happening in your life. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Someone lied to you. No, it didn't. That was a dream. Even if you saw it, I don't care if you saw fucking pictures of that house being burned down to the ground. You say to yourself and your subconscious, wait, no, that didn't happen. That's not real. That's not real. The real key here is believing it, Jay. Because so far, you've believed when someone told you it burned down. You believed that. You believed pictures. You believed when you walked up to it. You believed that. And so there is a possibility that you can believe a different reality. What did I say? What did I tell you when I did that reading? It is a frequency and it sustains. Did I not say that, bitch? That's what I said, Jay. So who are you going to listen to? The 3D reality with your eyeballs, or your higher self that says that house is anointed and touched by God and it is literally made for love, by love, about love. You are the one that determines the reality. You're the one that says, no, they have the wrong house. They called about the wrong house. Even if you fucking saw it with your eyeballs, you're allowed to say, that was just a dream. That was a bad dream. Can't believe that even felt so real. The believability is your responsibility. So I've been teaching you guys all about revision with manifesting. The bigger, the better. The bigger, the better. The bigger the revision, the better it is. Because something like that, if you were to see with your eyeballs, you would not easily believe that the opposite is true and that house is still there. This is what I want you to do. I want you to keep imagining that house fully as it is, fully built, fully erect. I want you to see that. That's it. Okay? Keep believing it. I want to give you an example of a story I heard once. This is going to change your mind. This is going to blow your fucking mind, Jay. I heard this story once. This woman, she was told that her brother died on the highway on like a motorcycle accident. She was told that he was dead, and she was crying the whole way home. She was driving when she got this news. She was crying the whole way home, but she thought to herself, no, I don't accept this. No, I don't accept it. I just don't. I literally do not. My brother is perfectly safe, perfectly healthy, perfectly fine. She revised the entire situation, okay? She heard it on the phone. Very visceral, very, very real feeling. She heard it, and she said, no, I don't accept that reality. That's not true. That wasn't my brother. That was someone else. That was someone else's brother. Someone else on a motorcycle. They got it all wrong. In the story, she goes home, and her brother is in the living room. Facts and fucking facts. Now, that's just one of many. There are so many revision stories. Like, you can revise anything, honey. Anything. When I first got on my twin flame journey, my ex-boyfriend, Mike, he's the one that killed himself in prison, sadly. He died in prison. I always knew that he was my magician. Now, in tarot, the magician is the first archetype. It's just, I love magic, and I love that he was an occultist, he was a witch, a warlock, whatever you want to call it. I loved that about him. And so I believed deep down that he never really died. Like, technically speaking, yeah, in the physical, sadly. Maybe even not. Maybe even not. If I really wanted to get really witchy with it, I haven't even tried. You know what? Holy shit. Anyway, I haven't tried to bring that man back from the dead like that, but I knew that his consciousness exists. So I just decided I am going to manifest my magician coming back into this plane of existence for me. That's it. He didn't die. Our souls never die. Consciousness never dies. And sure as shit, Gordon is very much my magician. Very much 100%. And he also believes about past lives and shit. So when I talk about Mike, he absolutely understands what I understand it to be true. Now, technically speaking, I had been told that you can't bring a man back from the dead like that. So I had to believe something that everyone else told me was bullshit. I went for 5 years, because this was in 2019. I went 5 years, people telling me I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And so what? So what? If the 3D reality tells you something, oh well, be so fucking delusional that everything and everyone is forced to be like, what? Really? What? I thought it burned down. I thought that house burned down. No, they had the wrong information. If you see it enough times, you're going to shift your reality where it exists. And so it doesn't matter how it gets back on all four walls, it's going to happen. So my point to you is, you're believing that it burned down. Why? Oh, it's in LA. Oh. So you're believing it because the news told you? Witching hour. Yeah, I love it too. Leanna, you're so pretty. Hi, honey. Oh, thank you. That means a lot coming from a goddess like you. Look at you're gorgeous. Why? Yeah, it's called Witching Hour. We're gonna have a weekly session, we're gonna get witchy with it. Why not? That shit's fun. So you're the one that believed it burned down. Why? Why'd you believe that? Why didn't you believe the fucking tarot reading I gave you 2 nights ago when I said that shit's gonna last forever? Why don't you believe me instead, Jay? This is a perfect prime example that just because someone throws tarot cards, you don't have to believe their message. But if you want to, I would highly suggest doing so, if you want to. Like, I could sit here till I'm blue in the face throwing cards for people and being like, oh my God, you and your boyfriend, you're going to break up and it's so sad. You're the one that has to believe it, though. You're the one that manifested that tarot reading in the first place. So why aren't you listening to me, Jay? Ye have little faith. Ye have little faith. What are you doing? So anyway, listen. So I believed with every ounce of my being that my ex-boyfriend, Mike, died. Because the last video he ever posted on he was a YouTuber, and the last video he ever posted was him going absolute insane in the membrane and him running from the police. And what's very shocking is Gordon also has run from the police before, had an entire double life. Literally, the FBI has been looking, had been, not anymore. He's not like that anymore. But this is how I knew Mike and Gordon, same soul, same consciousness, same magician. Mike was fleeing from the police. He was fleeing from the authorities. And his last video he ever posted was called Hotel Madness, Come Save Me. Because he was in a hotel and it was trash. He was sloshed. There was alcohol everywhere. The place was like completely just, it was messy and yeah, it was bad. And that was the last video he ever posted. And then I had a dream where he came to me and said, if you keep returning to sender, if you keep manifesting me going to prison, I'm going to go to prison. You need to stop doing this. And I said, no, you deserve to be in prison. You are literally a criminal and a menace to society, and I'm going to keep sending you there. Now, in the dream, he told me that if I did that, he would take his own life. And for me, I, for about 20 seconds, considered not doing it, but he was really ruining my life. He was literally a criminal, and I knew that he had to face judgment for that, karma for that. Like, he needed justice. I needed justice. So I still kept doing it. I still kept returning to sender, and he eventually did go to jail, prison, and sadly he did take his own life. Now, that is what I believed to be true. I even manifested my spirit guides, which are really just me channeling repeated messages about how he died. And he's no longer with us. And you now can manifest him again, but it has to be in a new physical body. The thing is, now that I'm realizing my true power and true potential, there is a reality where he comes back onto that platform. There is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, a reality that exists where Mike never died. I can easily, just like you, Jay, I can easily say, no, that didn't happen. I thought it did. I really thought it did. Isn't that so weird? I thought he died. He didn't. He was just on some vacation. Yeah, for 3 years. He just stopped his YouTube channel for 3 years. Just, that was it. That's so weird. It's the same with you with your house. Oh my God, isn't that so weird? I legit thought that my house burned down, but it didn't. Wow. Right? Who is the one determining what is real? You see? You are determining that the results that you received, Jay, is real. You're doing it. right? But like Morpheus said in The Matrix, this is so fun. I love talking about The Matrix. It's my favorite. Morpheus said, but what is real though? Is it what you can touch, hear, sense, smell, taste? Then this is real. Then your dreams are real. Then your imagination is real. Then reality, the 3D is real. Then what is real? You determine what is real. You have been convinced, Jay, that your house burned down. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. At this point, it's hearsay. At this point, you were given false fucking information. Someone told you your house burned down and you fucking believed it and they got the wrong address. In my reality, your house did not burn down. It's still there. Now, the question is, why can't you meet me there? Why can't you be in that reality with me? I have manifested that you have limitations. I am bringing you into my reality as being an unbeliever. You see, it's my fault. It's my doing. So, same with Mike, my ex that took his life in prison. Like, I could sit here and be like, you guys, crazy as shit. He never died. I thought he did. I thought he did. I mean, for the longest time I did. I really did. Like, no, I mean, anybody would think that. Anybody would literally think that. If you had a dream and your boyfriend told you, I'm not alive anymore, I'm about to not be alive, and then you see him gone for 3 years, you would assume, duh. But like, I could easily change it. I really could. I could get into that reality and persist in it enough that crazy shit starts taking place. Crazy shit. Like, I will just see his name pop up all the time. I'll start to have dreams of him. I'll start to see really sexy blonde men that are guitarists showing up in my reality, and that will be birds before land. And then before you know it, I will be instructed possibly to go look at his YouTube channel again, and boom, there he is. A world famous musician back from the dead. It doesn't have to matter how. It doesn't matter how. It matters how often you persist, right? You have been believing in a matrix, Neo. You believed the matrix. You believed what you saw with your physical eyeballs. And I'm telling you right now, we are going to get the fuck over that in the year 2025. You want to see some real miracles? Bringing a dead ex-boyfriend back from the dead. Bitch, you would never ever question me again. Everybody would be lining up like, okay, what's some advice for me, Jenna? Yeah. But so far, I believed that he was dead. I could very well be wrong. That is the truth, huh? Jay, you very well could be wrong. It's all about what you claim to be true. That's it. That's it. Aren't we so fucking powerful? We really are. We really are something. La la la. I'm here for it, guys. I can't wait. I can't wait to start seeing some of these miracles. Like, dude, to fucking see how powerful we are as gods. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Angels, look, hey. Angels are orchestrating something very big for us. Big news. Ooh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Big news. It's like, where's your level of magic? Where's your level of magic? You better start broadening your horizons, honey. You better start thinking bigger. You better start getting that psychic gift. More subscribers. Listen, because I'm psychic, I can see that there are more subscribers showing up. Hundreds of people at any given moment. I see it. I see it. I know it's a reality. All I have to do is connect with that reality constantly. Just see that. And only that. Ignore everything else because everything else is bullshit. More attention. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm having deja vu right now. I'm not kidding. I'm having deja vu. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys. I wish I could explain to you what's happening. It feels like I'm as a psychic, like I'm being able to see into other timelines that I'm at also. Parallel universes where I exist as someone completely different. I exist in a totally different address. I have a different outfit on right now. I have a different hairstyle. I have a different bank account. I have a different love life. It's like I'm getting to see parallel versions of me. Wow. Why? Why am I seeing this right now? Pleasant conversation. Because I'm speaking life over myself. Eureka. Exactly. This is insane. This is so cool. This is so fucking cool. Wow. It's like resting in that knowing that it's already done. You're already there. You're already doing that. You're already doing that thing. It's yours already. If it weren't yours already, you wouldn't have even seen it. You know? Wow. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Guys, it's so crazy. These. Lovely. Lovely. What a lovely message today. I'm going to leave it there. 2.5 hours. That's more than enough. What a lovely, lovely message. For some lovely people. I had a good time. I hope you did too. I've all got some magic coming in. I can't wait. I'm not allowed to talk about it. I have to keep it a secret. We all have some magic coming in. I fucking love it. I do. I hope that, like, I manifest my ex-boyfriend coming back from the dead. That would be lovely. That's like a really fucking great idea. You know, look, hey, I'm all about, I just want like those big ass miracles. I want that kind of life that my whole experience on earth is literally just a living, walking testimony of what God can do, what your imagination can do. You know what I mean? Hi, Michelle. So I just want to be that. I just want to have like people be like, oh, remember when she had nothing? Remember when? And now look at her, you know? And I want that for you guys too. I want people to be like, remember when? Yeah. What happened? God happened. You know? So I'm going to go because I'm going to go make God happen. But yeah, isn't that so cool? So technically speaking, I believed that my ex-boyfriend died. I convinced me of it though. Technically, that could have been a lie. Technically, I could be wrong. Maybe he didn't die. Maybe he just forgot his YouTube password and he stopped posting his content online. Like, I don't know. Could be anything. He could have maybe taken a trip to the Alps and he just like forgot to come back online or something. It's like, if it takes this girl 2 seconds to come up with some crazy idea as to why what I believed was false, imagine what the infinite universe can do to get you from here to the dream reality you want. Oh my God. Look, hey, I'm not gonna lie. I was so in love with that man. That guy woke me up out of a dead sleep. That guy, if I think about him enough, it could bring it back. That is how it works. Same with like your abundance. Say you're really poor right now, but if you think about money enough, you think about money entering your bank account enough, you see money enough, it's going to redeem itself. It is going to be in your bank account. So I think the real lesson here is go think about that thing that you want enough times until the universe is forced to show it to you. Oh, I'm so happy, Jay. I hope it helped. Take care. Gotta go. I love you. I love you a lot. I'm sending you really good vibes, okay? I love you, my friend. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.